Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing great today, but let me tell you, there are days that I wake up and I'm just like, what is going on? What world do I live in? Hence why I'm telling you, this is absolutely ClownWorld 2.0, 3.0, I don't know, it's gonna go to 5.0, it's just gonna get worse. So let me tell you, I've come across a few topics here today that I'm going to present you. You know, I don't know what people are thinking. Which, by the way, going back to, I just want to highlight this as well because I talked about this a couple of weeks ago in regards to gold and silver. Before I want to move on, obviously there's been a few shakeups in the market the last week or so. Probably would have continued going down the tubes if Trump didn't put a 90-day pause on things. But let me tell you, it's just a pause. But consider this though too. Look, if Joe down the road is saying, "Oh, I gotta go buy some gold," wait for the dip, because I have a feeling there's going to be a dip in the next, several weeks. And by the way, if Joe's mother is telling you, "Hey, I gotta go buy some gold," it's too late. It's just let it go. That ship has sailed. But looking at the markets, I do believe there is going to be a significant dip. If you're interested in buying that, that would be your moment. Wait for that. Don't buy at the top if you can. But okay, so let me get right to it. I'm telling you, this is absolutely clown world stuff here. Let's start with this one in the United Kingdom here. This is British Army veteran convicted of praying silently near an abortion clinic. Folks, I know you've probably heard this. I think it was a couple years ago where there was a woman who was caught just standing there near the abortion clinic. And I don't know what evil, entity, well, obviously Satan, basically they passed a law in the UK where you cannot pray near these abortion clinics. That woman was just recently let go, but of course they've got it kind of looming over her head where they're like, well, we could still continue to press charges. Well, this is different, and this just happened this week. The guy was convicted. And this is the real deal. Let me go on here. It says, a British Army veteran and Christian has been found guilty of praying silently outside of an abortion clinic, with the pro-life advocate facing nearly a $12,000 fine from the verdict. This is for praying in your head, folks. This is nuts. So Smith Connor had approached a British Pregnancy Advisory Service abortion facility. Boy, that's a mouthful. In the southwest English country of Dorset in November 22, he intended to pray for his unborn son who had died at an abortion during an abortion helped procure at a similar facility more than 2 decades ago. This was a statement from him. He says, "All I did was pray to God in the privacy of my own mind." Man, this sounds like Melbourne with pre-crime. "And yet I stand convicted as a criminal. I served for 20 years in the Army Reserves, including a tour of Afghanistan, to protect the fundamental freedoms that this country was built on. I continue that spirit of service as a healthcare professional and church volunteer. It troubles me greatly to see our freedoms eroded to the extent that thought crimes are now being prosecuted in the UK." He's absolutely right. This is insanity. This is clown world. Insanity. That you go to pray in your mind, you get arrested and fined for this sort of thing. Okay. Wow, that's where all of this is going. And think about it. This. Hey, if anything, that shows you the absolute power of prayer. Whew. Yeah. So, man, pray for that guy. So who knows what's going to happen with that one, but convicted, fines, all of that stuff. But wait, there's more. Let's bring it on home down to the land of Australia. Now, folks, a couple weeks ago, I'm having a conversation with, of all people, Kurt Reed, just a friendly conversation on the phone. And I tell him about how in the state of Victoria, down in Melbourne, full of lefties, it happened. I don't know. Yeah, so they basically brought in a law just a couple of years ago where you can't pray for one trying or wanting to transition to be transgender or anything like that. And I'm telling Kurt this, and he's like, no way. I said, yes way. Well, just this past week, that same law got passed in New South Wales. I can't believe it. Here it is. A person commits an offense if the person provides or delivers a conversion practice to an individual with the intention of changing or suppressing the individual's sexual orientation or gender identity, and causes mental or physical harm to the individual that endangers the individual's life. Folks, that's subjective. If somebody can just say, oh, I got great stress. So, yeah, you're guilty. By the way, this carries with it, get this, a maximum imprisonment time of 5 years. I am not joking. This just happened in New South Wales. It does define that the conversion practices, it's directed at changing or suppressing an individual's sexual orientation or their gender identity, which, okay, so yeah, gender dysphoria is not a thing anymore. Okay, moving on, and here's where it gets really sticky. The following expressions, if the expression is not part of a practice, which, by the way, they outline medical practices, the only place that this can be talked about is by a medical professional. Treatment or sustained effort directed to changing or suppressing an individual's sexual orientation or gender identity. And here's where it gets good. An expression including prayer or a belief or a principle, including a religious belief or a principle, falls under what is not covered under these discussions. So basically, it doesn't matter what the Bible says at this point. They have completely removed it because that's what you believe. Yeah, folks, they've lost their mind. Everybody has lost their mind. I am so convinced that we are right at the end of rapture of the church, 7-year tribulation. It's coming, it's coming. Everything's converging. And this is just another sign. You know what? Since we're talking about ClownWorld kind of stuff, let me just share this with you, okay? My condolences for me because I just lost a real loved one just this last week. Yup, he used to have meals with me every day. So I'm sorry, we just lost A1 this week. Yeah, it was a real shame. He was a good friend of mine. Every week when he saw a burger, he was there to comfort me every time. And well, he served his life and he lived his life. And so, by the way, we're holding memorial services for A1 this week at, on this Thursday and Friday. If you'd like to attend or if you'd like to send some donations here, just go to themightyright.com. I greatly appreciate it. That's how crazy this is. By the way, I did run out of A1. If you want to send me a bottle, let me know. Anyway, that's where we're at. That's the reality of this clown world, the situation that we're in today. Absolute insanity. Folks, that is... it's not even a word of the week. It's the insanity of the year. It's absolutely nuts. Folks, now is the day. Now is the time. Get your house in order. Tell your friends. Spread the gospel, etc., etc., etc. It's all converging. I don't know what more I have to do to convince you, but oh my gosh, yeah. That's it. I hope you liked this video. If you did like it, if you think I'm worth it, I'd appreciate the subscribe. Give it to me. Thank you very much. And folks, I hope to see you all next time.